8th class, and welcome to my class. I hope all of you are well, and I pray to Almighty for your well-being. Let us start today's class. In today's class, I am going to discuss with you people the physical features of Asia. Rest of which two we have already discussed and 3 left. Now third one is plateaus, number 4 is river basins or the Great Valley, and last one number 5 is islands. Now I am going to discuss with you one by one. Now number 3 is plateaus. Definition of plateaus you know. So now come on, where we have plateaus in Asia. South of the central mountains we have plateaus. In Asia we have 3 main plateaus. Okay, now one more thing I want to explain to here. See the sequence. From you up where we have northern lowlands, from northern lowlands to south is central highlands or central mountains. To the south of the central mountains we have plateaus. South to the north lowland we have central mountains or central highlands, and central highlands to south is we have plateaus. In Asia we have 3 main plateaus. First is Arabian Plateau. As from the name, it is in Arabian Peninsula, and it is surrounded by, Arabian Peninsula is surrounded by, on west side is Red Sea, down Arabian Sea, and that on east side is Gulf of Persian. Maybe Arabian Peninsula is surrounded by 3 water bodies, but inside here is no river. Arabian Plateaus lies on the western side of the Red Sea. On west side its steep is slope is very steep, and on the east side or northeast side is gentle slope, and it meets the valley of river Tigris. Arabian Plateau is desert region because here no river flow. Number 2, Peninsular India or Deccan Plateau is also known as Deccan Plateau. It lies to the south of the Narmada River. Right up here down is Nilgiri and Palni Hills. This is Deccan Plateau. Surrounded both sides we have western and eastern Ghats. The plateau of Peninsular India has a steep edge along the Arabian Sea coast and then gently slope towards the east coast. It is traversed by many rivers, means it is passed across by many rivers like Kaveri, Godavari, Krishna, Paneru and Mahanadi. Most of these rivers starts from the west and flow to the Bay of Bengal. Number 3rd one is Yunnan and the Shan Plateaus. It is one plateau, but one part of this plateau Yunnan is in China and the Shan Plateau is in Myanmar. The Yunnan and Shan Plateau has a steep western slope and is drained by the Salween, Mekong and Sikiang rivers. Further, Yunnan Plateau is divided by the Changjiang River, while the Shan Plateau is dissected by the rivers Mekong and Salween. Okay. Now look at one more thing. All these 3 plateaus, on west side their slope is steep, and northeast side their slope is gentle. This is the common thing in these 3 plateaus. You can see rising on west side of Arabian Sea, west side is Red Sea, and slope is very steep. On northeast it is gentle slope, like Deccan Plateau also. On west side Arabian Sea you can see slope is steep, and on the northeast or east side slope is gentle, and then gently slope towards the east coast. Same here in Yunnan Shan Plateau also. Western slope is steep and other slope is east side slope is gentle. Okay, now it's all about plateaus. Now see the location of plateaus on the map. First come Deccan Plateau. We will start from Deccan Plateau. This is, you can see, Narmada River. From the Narmada River to south is Deccan Plateau. And this is Western Ghat, this is Eastern Ghat. Here is Nilgiri Hills and Palani Hills on this side in Western Ghat. And all the rivers originate from west and its flow to the Bay of Bengal. And Deccan Plateau starts from here to there. This is Narmada River, and from the Narmada is in this side, south or center, and down is south. Look here. This is one more thing, important thing. This is our northern lowlands. Northern lowlands, south is central mountains or central highlands. Central highlands, this one, towards here, south. We have plateaus. Arabian Plateau here, Yunnan and Shan Plateau here, and this is Deccan Plateau. All these 3 main plateaus in south side. Now come on the Arabian plateaus. Arabian plateaus in Arabian Peninsula. Look here, Red Sea, Gulf of, this is Arabian Sea and this is Persian Gulf. It is surrounded by 3 water bodies. And Arabian, this is Red Sea, this is the west part, and the slope is here steep, and this side is gentle. And from here it's going from here and meet to the Tigris Valley River. Okay. Now come on the Yunnan and Shan Plateau. This is the part of China. So Yunnan Plateau is in China and this is Shan Plateau is in Myanmar. As you know, this is Myanmar. And these are the 3 rivers: Mekong River, Salween River and Sikyang rivers. Okay. These Mekong River and Salween River dissected the Shan Plateau. Okay. Now number 4. Number 4 physical feature of Asia is river basins or the Great River Valleys. First of all, you must know what do you mean by river basin. A river basin is an area of land drained by a river and its tributaries. Means in the river basin, from where water comes from the river and its tributaries. Most of the river begins their journey from the snow-capped mountains. What's the meaning of snow-capped mountains? Means the mountains which is whole year covered with snow, and the central highland plateaus of Asia. These means these rivers from where it starts from the snow-capped mountains and the central highland plateaus of Asia. The valleys, these you know, wherever we have rivers, that those areas densely populated, because we can plant so many crops, cultivate so many crops. Okay, and these areas are fertile lands. Okay. And the drainage pattern of Asia is also dominated by the central highland core, because as you know, most of the rivers comes from the central highland, so it is dominated by the central highland. Okay, with the exception of Southwest Asia, all the great rivers of Asia flow out of its central highland region. 8 of the 20th longest river, means 8 longest river where it flows in the Asia. Now we have some important river basins in Asia. First is Great Plain of China, formed by 3 westward flowing rivers, namely Huanghe, Yangtze and the Sikyang. Second, Ganga Brahmaputra. You are very well know about this thing. Ganga Brahmaputra basin that forms in North India and Bangladesh. Number 3rd one is Indus Valley, Indus River Basin. You people read about Indus Valley civilization. So this is Indus River same, and it is flows in Punjab and in Pakistan. Because when Indus Valley civilization started, that time it is long time, and that time it's one area, Punjab. That time no Pakistan, nothing. Indus Valley is in India. The tributaries of river Indus include the Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Satluj. The major part of Indus Valley is in Pakistan and small part is in India. Now you know, in Punjab before we have 5 rivers. Now mostly we have 3 rivers: Ravi, Satluj and Beas, and Jhelum and Chenab is in Pakistan. Now number 4 is Mesopotamia Plain. Mesopotamia Plain in Iraq is in Middle East, formed by the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. It is also known as a Mesopotamian lowlands. And number 5, the fertile plains formed by the valleys of river Irrawaddy, Mekong and Salween. Irrawaddy River and Salween rivers located in Myanmar, and Mekong River is in Indochina Peninsula. Now let's see the location of river basin on the map. Okay, this is all green parts is Great River Basins. First let's start with China. This is Great Plains of China. Look here, it's all this one. This is eastern part, but this is Great Plain of China. It is towards east. Okay, this is Great Plain of China. Here rivers we have, even then Yangtze Kiang River, Sikyang rivers. Okay, now come on the Indian Ganga Brahmaputra. This is Ganga Brahmaputra. As you know, this is Brahmaputra coming from northeast, and Ganga. And as you know, Ganga Brahmaputra merge into the Bay of Bengal. So it is plains starts from here, from the UP side and all this. It will go here Brahmaputra northeast, and it comes up to West Bengal, and then it's merged into the Bay of Bengal. Now Indus Valley. Let's see Indus. And here this is Pakistan. So Indus Valley, little bit in Punjab. This is, you can see Satluj River. Okay. and on this even then Jhelum and Chenab little bit in Jammu Kashmir. So this is Indus Valley. Okay, now come on Mesopotamia. This is Mesopotamia. This is in Iran, and this is Tigris and Euphrates. These are all green. You know, green is the cultivated land. Okay, greenery where we have. And number 5, Irrawaddy. It is in Irrawaddy in Myanmar. Okay, look here. This is Irrawaddy river, and this is the part of Myanmar. This is also a fertile land. Okay, and this is in China also. Look here, peninsula of Indian Peninsula, Indian China Peninsula. Near this is, if it's come on the the exam, show Mekong River or Indian China Peninsula, you can see here South China Sea, and above is Indo-China Peninsula, and on the right side of Indo-China Peninsula is Mekong River. Okay, and number now 5 is islands. 5th physical feature of Asia is islands. As you know, definition of island: a land mass surrounded by all sides by water. This is okay. There are many islands in the Asian continent, out of which some islands are independent countries while others may be a part of another country. For example, Japan, which is a country made up by a group of islands, while the other Andaman Nicobar Islands, which is in India, come under Indian jurisdiction. The island of Lakshadweep is also a part of India. The Kurili Island that are located near Japan, but it is under Russia. A large group of islands is called archipelago. In exam definition also come define archipelago. So you have to write a large group of islands. And the Malaya archipelago is it's archipelago. Okay, not archipelago, archipelago. Okay, definition of archipelago is a large group of islands. A large group of islands is called an archipelago, and the Malaya archipelago is the largest group of islands, and it includes Java, Bali, Sumatra, Timor, New Guinea. Before also I told you New Guinea and Papua New Guinea, it's 2 countries. New Guinea island is in Asia and Papua New Guinea island is the part of Australia. Sulawesi and Borneo. There are several active volcanoes in Southeast Asia due to plate tectonic movements. These islands have partially submerged mountains have now emerged as islands. Now see the location of islands on the map. See all these water bodies, and here you can see all this one small. These are all islands. Okay, first start from Japan. This is Kurili Island. Okay, it is also surrounded by the Pacific Ocean. Okay, this is also Okhotsk Sea. Okay, Kurili Island. This is Sea of Japan. Look at this is Japan all, and this is all surrounded by water. This is so due to that it's called island. Now even in Sumatra, these are all group of island. Borneo, all. Okay, Indonesia. As you know, Indonesia is the largest group of island in the world. So it is start from here. It is all Indonesia. Okay, and it is all surrounded by water. And okay, this is New Guinea, and from here it's Papua New Guinea. It's a part of Australia. Up to New Guinea here, it is a part of Asia, and the other one is part of Australia. Okay. See on here, Singapore also, all these, Indonesia. This is, look here, I want to show you Indonesia. Indonesia starts from here and it's go up to here. Moluccas up to here, New Guinea. You can see even in the partition here, Iranian Java, and this is New Guinea, and this one is Papua New Guinea. And on this side is Pacific Ocean, down here is Indian Ocean, here all, okay. This is Sumatra, all these ones, and even then you know line of equator also go from here. This one, look at 0 degree. This is line of equator. It starts from New Guinea and it's covered Moluccas Island, okay, up to here Sumatra Islands, and it will up to go to Africa. Start from 0 degree here Okay, New Guinea. Okay, it is all about physical features of Asia. I hope you people understand. If you people have any doubt or any question, you can ask me. In further lessons, I will explain you more about the map. Thank you for today.